Welcome to an all-new exciting episode of All My Mudkips Character Battle. Last time on All My Mudkips. Here are the updated standings. And today's fighters are F Raptor 1 and Politoed. So make sure you leave a comment about who you want to win this character battle. And here's your regularly scheduled program. Hey, here's another rematch with Asiankid123 from the Pojo forums. We're actually teammates now, so I guess the bitter rivalry has ended. Anyway, I lead with an Uxie, he leads with Jirachi, and I'm just going to yawn, and he U-turns first, and he U-turns into Scizor, and I'm going to yawn this. And I know that Choice Band Scizor is really popular in the Pojo forum, so I just want to switch out and be safe, so just in case he decides to U-turn, because that would F me over. So I go into Zapdos, but he also withdraws, so I guess that tells me he doesn't have the U-turn. And he goes into Heatran, and I expect the Fire Blast, so I go into Tyranitar, because Tyranitar can take it pretty well. And he does Fire Blast, and that doesn't do anything to Tyranitar, virtually. And I know he has the Scizor, so I'm just going to go for the Stone Edge, because he's probably going to switch into it. And I get the crit on the Stone Edge, which is pretty nice. And Tyranitar is looking pretty nice, and he's probably just going to Bullet Punch, try to, get some damage on Tyranitar. So I go into Zapdos, and Zapdos really is a perfect Scizor counter, at least bulky Zapdos anyway. And that's what kind of Zapdos I have. So I've just decided to go for the Thunderbolt because I know he has a Heatran, but he also is carrying the Electivire, so that was really unexpected, and he gets the speed boost on Electivire, which is really good. So I'm going to go out into Uxie, because Electivire doesn't have any super effective moves on Uxie, and Uxie is pretty defensive. So he goes for the Ice Punch, and that really doesn't do anything, which is really funny. And Uxie is pretty awesome. Anyway, I'm just going to go for the Yawn to make him switch, and he has the Thunderbolt, so I guess this is Mixed Fire, which is... I've seen a lot more Mixed Fires lately, and it's really good when trying to counter Gyarados, so Thunder Punch isn't physical. Anyway, he switches out pretty obviously, and I take the opportunity to set up Stealth Rocks, and he goes back into Scizor, and I switch out here because I'm kind of expecting a bug move, but he uses Pursuit, and I totally wasn't expecting that, and that was a good call, because he managed to take down my Uxie as I go into Zapdos. Anyway, the Acid Rain's out on the field, and that's pretty funny. And Acid Rain, if you don't know, is a Platinum glitch that happens when you Pursuit and kill something when Sandstorm is in effect. So that's pretty funny. You can YouTube search anything you want. So anyway, he goes into Electivire, and I kind of expected that, so I just went Hidden Power Grass just to be safe, because I didn't want to go Thunderbolt or Heat Wave because of the Heatran and Electivire. Anyway, now that he's into Electivire, I decided to try to finish it off with Hidden Power Grass. And I'm not going to quite kill it, but he's going to get finished off by the Acid Rain. But the Acid Rain is also taking quite a toll on Zapdos, which is unfortunate, because a wall really relies on his, HP. And I'm not recovering as much. In fact, I'm losing health per turn now, which isn't good. So he goes back into Scizor just to have it die, because of the Stealth Rocks, and now he goes into Gengar. And I just decided to stay in to see what he does. I really don't have a completely safe switch, because he might Hypnosis or something. So he just goes for the Hidden Power, I guess Ice, and gets hurt a little by the Acid Rain, which is awesome. So I'm going to go into Tyranitar now, and that will reset the Acid Rain. So now it's just regular Sandstorm again. And anyway, he decides to switch into Machamp, and I go for a Dragon Dance, and I know I'm probably not going to be able to one-hit KO with either Stone Edge or Earthquake yet, and I really don't want to lose Tyranitar, because Tyranitar is a big ace in the hole for me. So I go into Latias, because I know Latias can take probably 2 Dynamic Punches, and he is hurt by the Sandstorm. And this is my Specs Latias, so I'm just going to try to get as much damage on Machamp as possible, but he does get the Confusion Hacks, and that does lead him to be able to take down my Latias, and I don't really know what to say about that. Hack sucks. It's part of the game, though, and you have to live with it. So, yeah, that kind of blows. So, I go into Flygon just because I really need to get as much damage on this Machamp as possible, because I'm pretty sure I can take care of the rest of his team. This Machamp is just a really big problem right now. So, I go for an Earthquake, just in case he feels like switching, because if I Outrage and he switches into a Steel, it wouldn't be good. So, anyway, I do Earthquake, and he Ice Punches, but I did take a really nice chunk out of Machamp. And I'm just going to go out in a Scizor now because I have a priority Bullet Punch. And even this isn't my Choice Band. This is my Swords Dance Bulky Scizor. So I know I can take a Dynamic Punch pretty well because this is Bulky Scizor. But I believe Bullet Punch did 2-hit KO at this point. So yeah, I Bullet Punch. He's left at minuscule hit points, and I get confused. And he's going to get taken down because of the Sandstorm, which is really nice. So he's going to switch back into Jirachi. And I really don't know what to expect, but I don't want to switch out because Jirachi will be able to do a lot of damage with a Stab Steel move to Tyranitar. So I take the Thunder Punch, and I hurt myself in the confusion again, and that's just getting annoying at this point. So I'm going to try to Roost, and I do survive with 14 hit points, snap out of my confusion, and Roost, and get some health back. And that was really, really important, because now this Jirachi probably won't be able to do anything to me. So he U-turns, and I decide to go for the Brick Break, hoping that he switches into Heatran, but instead he switches into Gengar. And Brick Break is obviously not going to do anything to Gengar. But I might be able to KO him with Bullet Punch. I mean, this is bulky Scizor, but Gengar's defenses are really pitiful, so I go for the Bullet Punch, and I do kill it, which is really good. So anyway, he goes into Heatran, and I don't want to overpredict here, I'm just going to go for the Brick Break. So he Fire Blast and takes down Scizor as I go in my last Pokemon, Tyranitar. Now I know this is a Scarf Heatran, so I'm just going to go for the Dragon Dance here. And I know his Jirachi isn't Scarfed, so this is pretty much a good game unless he gets a burn with the Fire Blast, which he doesn't. So I get a Dragon Dance, so now I'm faster than Jirachi. He can't OHIT KO me with Fire Blast or anything. So I'm going to use Earthquake twice, and that's a good game. So, really good game, Asiankid123. Really close, like all of our other battles ever were. I mean, you can check them out. I have 2 other battles against him on YouTube, so yeah, all of them were really close. You're a great battle, you're a good game, and, yeah, rate, comment, subscribe, people, and this is TheKillerNacho checking out. Goodbye.